G'day mate, welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. Here we are, episode 81, and now's the time when we've got to go through and start sorting out any problems we might have. So, each build... That's so weird with all the concrete showing up. Each one of these builds is meant to support 60 rocket components per minute, which means I've always needed a blue belt and a half. Or a blue belt and a third. But as we can see from our rocket control units, there's obviously something missing, something wrong with this build. So now we get to play backtrack and say, what the hell's wrong here? And sometimes it's a simple thing, like one too many underground belts that hopefully if you pull up, just suddenly fix the problem. But then again, now we've got a new problem of why is there no light oil in this pipe? There's no light oil in that pipe. There is light oil in that pipe. And that, and that. And it's probably this. So, the original oil build. The original oil build had heavy being cracked into light, and then all the light from there had two options to go. It could go either into the main light bus, we're going to call it, or it could go into light to petroleum cracking. But light to petroleum cracking was capped. Light to petroleum was capped basically by only the top refineries. Light oil could get turned into petroleum along with heavy, and numbers wise it worked out that most of that had to get cracked anyway, and some surplus could travel down this pipe into this tank. And basically I worked on the assumption that maybe eventually over time, actually the exact opposite would happen, where we'd end up with too much light in these tanks and these refineries might shut down, at which point I'd have to put some sort of smarts in to turn this pump on and off depending on total flow in other tanks and that sort of stuff. But it looks like I've actually got the exact opposite problem, because all the heavy's being cracked, which is a good sign, because we don't want any heavy oil. We're not doing any engines down here, anything that requires lubricant, so we don't want heavy oil at all. So all the heavy oil has to get cracked. But then the light's coming out here, and it's also adjoining this refinery. And as you can see, we've got like 20-ish here, plus we're going to add another 17 here. And then from the looks of these flows, actually I don't know where it's going now. It's down going south. Okay, what I think I'm going to do is I think we're going to have to put some smarts on the pumps. And I think if I limit, because I can't get a pump in here to say don't add more light to this system unless, oh, I could get this one. Can I get to there? No, but I can jump through power poles. That's petroleum out. It's not really what I want. I want this one. Of course you can't reach that far. That would make my life far too easy. If we go from there to there, you don't join the same system. Technically you do. So let's only turn you on if the light in this tank is over, say, 1,000. So the idea is any light that's coming out of these refineries and this cracking can come down this pipe and fill this tank. Now, only when this tank, which can actually also back pressure into this tank. Yes. Can I put a pipe there so I can look at the flow of the liquid? It's pretty much not flowing. Awesome. Great job, JD. You don't have any crude oil. Okay, that seems like a slightly different problem. Why do you not have any crude oil? We're just not producing it fast enough. Gonna go with no. I'm gonna get hit by a train. Crude's coming in here, into this tank, which is just empty, into that tank, and that way. You're also coming into this tank. So the problem is, I haven't actually hooked up oil properly for an input. I just there's an oil thing here. We're just going to temporarily turn things on and just plug it in, hope for the best. And it looks like that's definitely too far. So, we actually need to get a proper oil up and running. Which of course is on the opposite side of a main line. Of course it is. Of course it is, JD. Why would your life ever be easy? Okay. There's still only one pump jack going crazy. All these guys are doing absolutely nothing. And the bottom half's not even hooked up. And I built right over oil. Doing well. You can go down a tile. We'll then put one there. One there. And that's all you're going to get. Okay. Which probably means I'm going to have the exact same problem over here. Because you're literally fed by 2 pumps as well. One pump. One pump jack. One pump jack is doing this whole build. Talk about trying to ignore a problem and it coming back to bite you. Technically that pipe's full, but just as it flows over distance, it ends up with less and less crude in it. Okay. Alright, does this station need to be here? At the moment, it's literally unloading oil, and that's really about it. The train's coming now. Do you happen to have any pump jacks on you? I'm going to go with no. No. You do have those and those. And you know what? I'm just going to take all the pipes for good measure. And you don't carry train track, so you just go away. Alright. We need to build a oil station of some sort. So let's get that and that out of the way. And we'll just move them hopefully out of the way over here. Alright. So you two are plumbed into this pipe. You lot are plumbed into that pipe with you lot. You guys are also plumbed into this pipe, which means this lot. Okay, how many pump jacks do we have? We have 22 pump jacks. Realistically, I'd like to pump them. I'd like to split them into 4. Do I need to split them into 4? Hang on. How much oil are you guys going to try and output? No idea. Max rate calculator doesn't work on pump jacks. Awesome. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Alright, we're just going to pump it into 3 lines. And then I'm going to try and do some sort of weird pump junction merger thing to merge all the pipes and liquids together, and we'll work out everything else after the fact. Alright. Oil from there, into there, into there. into there. We'll have you two face one another, join you together, bring you out to the outside. We're going to take you above. What I'll do is I'll do that. Yep. Okay, that works, sort of. In a pretend sort of way. Okay, make a pump jack. Alright. Cut all those. So, we have a tank here. Alright, I need to get a train, and then I need to get 4 tanks of liquid into it. Which I do have a pseudo balancer here. So let's just copy this. Yeah, let's copy that. And we're going to reverse all these pumps. Thing is, this doesn't really balance the liquids. What it does is it forces all the liquids from this tank out to the far ends. So not really a balancer. But should work for our purposes. Okay, so let's cut that. And again, fluids with rails and then move in and out by 2 tiles. Okay, so we're going to bring that liquid in there, that liquid in there. This has just you guys hooked up to it. And actually, there's a lot of pump jacks. That's a few pump jacks. Okay. You only have a few pump jacks, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring that oil line and merge that there. And then we're going to take this one and bring it. I'll put a tank at the corner because a tank is technically one giant pipe. And it means I can turn a corner at the same time as giving myself some storage. I might even do the same up here. So after doing all that, we need power there and power there. And as we can see, this is going to empty because of this pump into there. It's going to empty directly into this one and this one. Unfortunately, it's going to pump top first. So it's going to fill the top end before it bothers with the bottom end. But it should fill, hopefully, fairly quickly, hopefully. Now I just need to get that train into this station. Okay, all those pipes are now useless. That's useless. That's useless. All that can go away. Bugger. Put the concrete back. We've spent hours on that concrete. Well, the bots are going to spend hours on that concrete. Okay, that can go away. That can go away. That can go away. And then I need to get this train out of this station. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to really happen. Actually, it will happen. And then have it come over here to this oil. Like so. And if I copy from there to there, that should tell me exactly where the train station is meant to go, which we're going to use. Actually going to use a normal train station for. Crap, you're technically built on a curve. I don't know if that train stop's going to work. Because I cheated and moved everything down a tile and hoped that I could get away. Used to be able to get away with building a train track, a train station, just on that very first half a tile of curve. And the game will let you get away with it. But it might have been patched out. We want chain signal there, full signal there. Done, hopefully. Okay. Oil 1. Oil drop off. Oh, you actually need a way to get oil. No, do I need you to get onto the main line? Yes, I do. Because you've got to get on the main line to get fuel. Because, funnily enough, that's not worked out either. Okay. Put that there, put that there. Speaking of fuel... I don't know. Okay, let's just go oil 1. Full. Oil drop off empty. Go. See what goes wrong. You should instantly fill up. You have, and you can't get to oil drop off. Crap. So I had to move the station up by 1 tile, literally just 1 tile. 1 tile to get the train tracks to curve around this underground belt. And it was literally all done for aesthetics. Oh, and to get this one out. And now you tell me I can't have it, game. Yeah, just go away. Work it all out after a second. And the substation. Thanks, train. Okay. Again, underground through there. Great. Problem is that's meant to go on the bottom side of the belt. And this is going to require spaghetti. Because I'm 1 tile short. Of course I'm 1 tile short. You know what? In theory you can go there. And we'll just pretend like we've never seen this before and do it. Alright. So, oil. Oil instantly flashes to petroleum. Pretty much. I can throw some more fuel in the train and make it go maybe faster. Like full empty, full empty, full empty. Yep. Alright. Let's put a signal there. No, I don't have any fluid wagons. Because you're not a... Oh, I don't have a fuel stop too. Really? Okay, so we've got 2 things to fix. We need a second oil train at least. Which, of course, I don't have on me. Yeah, these are taking a little bit longer than I'd like to fill up. Okay, so we can start cheating. We can connect you directly into you, which will burst fill this one off this tank. And then whatever I do, I need to make sure I have a pump in the way. Okay, so let's get rid of all that. Let's put a tank in there. Get rid of all of that. Again, we're going to put a tank in. Come back here, Power Bob. Really? Just stretch one more tile. Okay. I'll take my one tile of that in then. There to there to there. Okay, so that should fill that one. Then we're going to put a pump in here to fill this one faster. There's another autosave. So this one's going to fill as fast as possible. Going to fill that one as fast as possible, which is then going to fill this one as fast as possible. This one's being sidetracked into here. Now I can steal off here. I need to put a pump in to make sure I have a one-way flow. Okay, we'll come back to that problem. What was I missing? I was missing 2 beacons. And I was missing going back to base to go get a fuel stop 2. So trains that only have 2 wagons length can auto... I need a fuel stop 2. So when I have trains that only have 2 engines at the front, they can auto get fuel. At that station. At the same time, I need at least 1 more oil train, if not 2, if I can fill it and empty it fast enough. Because the way this system works is literally, I have to keep oil in that tank at all times. It can't ever run out, because if it runs out, as you can see, like, refineries start turning off. Okay, so we literally want that, please. And then we're going to call you fuel stop 2. And after we lay in the track, so trains can actually path down here, that train should come up here and get some fuel. I know bots could do it, but can we just get it done, please? 30 is the new answer. Yeah, we're putting 30 fuel in each one of these requested chests because overkill never hurt anybody. Putting lots of extra signals so I can get as much throughput as possible. Because this is definitely in the wrong spot, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, train, shit. We're going to request... those. Crap, I actually make them. There you go. So then we need 2 of those with these when they get here. And then I can send the train down to oil. Nope, train's already been there. It's back on its way down there. Because I forgot to copy its orders. Copy. Yeah, that one's green. As long as it's got that green highlight around it, it means it's being copied. Go. Actually, stop. Stop! I want to ride. No, actually, I don't want to ride. Right, fine, go. I actually want more of those in my inventory, please. Please, please. Maybe a little bit less pipe. Just slightly. Okay. This one's not full. It's the biggest problem with fluids. There's no real nice way to load balance them. Okay, I have all the crap I need. Let's go down and have a look-see at these builds. Oh, we have oil. You have oil, you don't have oil. You have oil, and you have oil. These are the feed-in tanks. So as long as I can get oil in this one, I need a constant supply of oil in that one. Add 2 more beacons, because it's going to make all the difference. No, you can't even pump out fast enough. That pipe is full. Well, a couple more pumps, we've got a little bit more throughput. Are we running this whole thing off 3 pump jacks? Like, this guy's running pretty good. This guy's running flat out. This guy and this guy are both running pretty good. Everybody else seems to be on a holiday. Like, you're not even hooked up. You're doing that well. Technically, there's room in this pipe. That's right, I can't. Underground. There is no good option here. Straight pipe around the top. Like, if I keep throwing pumps at the problem, I will get higher throughput. But it's whether or not I need it. And that's the catch. That one's always empty, so maybe I do need it. Or I need to have, like, you pipe fill this tank. You pipe fill... Okay, let's try a new idea. Let's go with... I love importing power poles. Okay, let's put you to there. Substation. Okay, I'm going to reverse that. So I'm going to pump. These guys are going to pump into this tank and into this tank. Done. These guys are going to pump. These guys are going to pump into this tank, which is going to pump in that tank. This line's going to pump into this tank only. Can I put you up a tile, you up a tile, you guys back a tile and do that. Okay, what happens if I do this? There's no load balancing. We're just literally trying to... Oh, you literally do nothing. Oh, you do something. Okay. Small oversight. Small oversight. Let's use you to fill you. That would be far too convenient. Except that's going to be super slow. Okay, if I do that... That's how I'd have to do it. For Pete's sake, fill that one. 15, 25, 25, 25, 25. Hey, you guys can't unload fast enough. Alright. Maybe this problem's been fixed, and maybe that's the answer. Just run them straight into their own dedicated pipe. Don't load balance anything. Just fill the tanks. The backup tank. Oh, it's a close race. Okay, that looks like that's solved. Alright, look at the problem at the other end. Walk in front of the train, because nothing ever bad happened doing that. You're full. You're full. You're full. And you're full. Okay. Heavy is full. That's not a good sign. Light is full. Also not a good sign. I'm starting to think that flow rate limiter thing was a bad idea. No, it's not a bad idea. So you're actually, you're fine and you're running. You're full on light oil. Because I set you to 20k. Do you backflow? No, you don't backflow. So you guys actually fill up on light. You'll fill up on light as well. You'll fill up on petroleum. Why are you managing to get rid of your light? Because it's getting siphoned off there instead. Okay, so this row and this row are both always going to fill up light oil first. Or back up on light oil, because the heavy will get siphoned off and dealt with. Their petroleum goes into this massive petroleum bus, which has so much, one, storage, and two, just so much flow moving through it that it should be okay at all times. Whereas light oil, we don't really use a lot of light oil. He says, knowing full well that rocket fuel is like 4,000 light oil per second. This guy is petroleum gas, and the reason he's petroleum gas is his gas gets tank, 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 and then actually gets siphoned in here. Because it's siphoned in further down the chain, it actually gets used. It gets this pump and this pump have to fight one another to use this petroleum. So whereas it's light oil goes into this pipe. Because it's going to a pipe, 50% of it's going to this pump, 50% of it's going to this tank, but a lot from that tank's also coming back this way into the pipe. So it probably means everything from these refineries going straight into this pipe, going straight down to make, lo and behold, rocket fuel. Lots and lots and lots of rocket fuel. Okay, so you're running, you're running, you're running. My low density structures looks to be short. My petroleum is okay, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely running. And light oil's flowing. A lot of it's going up, a little bit it's coming down. That's perfect. I call that a win. So, I'm going to end this episode here. It was basically a whole episode of oil. In theory, I probably need to do the same with this oil build. Definitely. That's got 20k in it. That's got nothing. That's got nothing. And the whole lot's being fed by one pump. Yep. So I need to go do something about this one. Maybe this one I have the luxury of just feeding a pump jack into each one of these guys, because the pump jacks with mining speed of 600% and a productivity bonus of 360%, they do an extreme amount of oil. But yeah, I'm going to go do that off camera, and then next episode, I think we're going to have to backtrack down low density structures and try and work out like why none of these machines are working. It looks like there's no plastic, but that shouldn't ever be the case. So we got things to play with, and yeah, problems to sort out in the next episode. Either way, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.